What's up guys, we're back again for another video, and today we're making a 2010s like PNZ, like early PNZ Bryson Tiller kind of vibe. I made this beat on stream, so I had you guys in the chat helping me out throughout the process. You can click right here if you want to watch the entire stream, and let's get right into the video. I don't feel inspired at all today, so let's see what happens. We can start with that for sure. Like, we're gonna build on top of this idea. I'm not positive on the preset, on the patch. This is cool. I don't know. We can do like we're getting there, or we're getting somewhere at least. Beautiful sound. Yeah, I like this. My wheel opens the kit. Here we go for some drums now. All we need is to have this like heavily sidechain. This we have the kick hitting. I want to have like a really heavy sidechain. You can see it right here in the waveform how much it ducks. Favorite bass drum sounds. Honestly, if I had to pick like my favorite drum kit of the year, it would be Avis Robbie drum kit. This one is free. He released this for free, Avis Robbie drum kit volume 1. Such a good drum kit. There's the volume 2 too, which is he charges for that. I bought it. It's not as good as the first one, so if I were you, just grab the first one, bro. It's free on Google. If you put Avis Robbie drum kit volume 1 on Google, you'll find it. For like trap drums, my favorite drum kit of the year was this Drake 23 stash, and he just released the 24 stash. I haven't checked that out. The 23 stash is so good, bro, but most of the year, literally, bro, like this drum kit here, or is it carry me through the whole year? Avis Robbie drum kit volume 1, such a good drum kit. that's a little bit too much. Vibe, bro. Here. I'm gonna really like your new solo videos. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I need to check the stream tomorrow, but maybe this stream becomes a video and I'm gonna be featured on it. When you're working on FL, and this is how, you know, different DAWs, they kind of shape the way that you work. Even, I'm not even talking about like the strengths and the low points of each DAW. Working on FL and Ableton, they shape the way that you work differently. FL is heavily reliant on the channel rack and on the patterns. So what you're usually doing is here composing on the patterns, right? Instead of the playlist. Like Ableton, you do everything on the playlist. I'm using crap headphones right now, not gonna lie, but like how it sounds. I appreciate you though. Oh yeah, you do everything on the playlist. So when I was working on FL on Ableton, while I'm making the sample, I'm already arranging it, right? And that workflow kind of pushes me to do more stuff, like adding more and more layers, because you're always like you can always add more and mute stuff, like I'm doing right here, which is not necessarily good, you know. Like you need to keep your samples simple, you know, for people to flip them and to people to record on them. And on FL, that's different, because on the channel rack and on the playlist, you're doing everything here and you're always listening to the same loop over and over and over, and you're always adding stuff on top, right? So these like changes here, like I did, like make stuff unique and change stuff, like even like just changing octaves and shit. You do this on Ableton while you're composing, and I forgot where I started talking about this. Sometimes they're adding stuff on the pattern on the channel rack, and it might sound good like in context with what's playing, but sometimes it doesn't when you're going to arrange it. Or sometimes you're adding a ton of stuff. Sometimes they're adding a ton of stuff on the pattern and it doesn't sound good. But if you just mute stuff and kind of test arrangements on the pattern, you know, stuff kind of makes sense. Like you don't want to have everything playing at the same time, right? We never have everything playing at the same time on the arrangement. But on the playlist you do, you know. I don't know if I made myself clear. I make samples, arrange, mix, and burn out at the same time. Having a good workflow is super important, yeah. We switch from this like portion. We mute this and then we go to like this other sound, you know, this one. We're on a different like section now. Which DAW do you prefer? Nowadays I prefer FL, but it's a little bit more complicated than that. If you wanna see my thoughts about FL and Ableton, this is the video that you should watch, because I talk about it a little bit more on this video. There's more of my thoughts on this video. Right now I like FL more, but I I've used Ableton for years. I used FL for years. I started with FL, but it's a little bit more complicated because even on this video, one of the main points that I make on this video is the price. And you know, FL is way cheaper than Ableton, and you cannot, in my opinion, compare the two just looking at the DAWs by themselves, because they don't live, you know, in a vacuum. Like, you're going to pay for Ableton, you're going to pay for FL. FL is infinitely cheaper than Ableton. FL, you buy it once, you own it forever. There's lifetime free updates. Ableton, it's expensive, bro. Like, I think it's like $800, bro. The studio version, the suite version, yeah, $750. The suite version, which is the one that you want, it's $750. And every like 3 to 4 years, they release a new major version, and every new major version needs to pay for the upgrade. So like, just pricing alone, you're going to pay $750, and every like 3 to 4 years, like 4 years, you need to pay like $200 on top. And one FL license costs $200, and you own it forever. You have lifetime free updates, and I personally value owning my software a ton. That's why I use DaVinci Resolve to edit my videos. That's why I use Affinity Photo to make my graphic design, because I'll never use Adobe shit.
If you're just looking at all of the prices of the major digital audio workstations, this is a pretty competitive price. But the big deal is, and what most people watching this already know, is that FL Studio has free updates for life. No upgrade fees, no maintenance licenses, no subscriptions. You buy it once, and that's it. Somebody who bought this 10 years ago will upgrade to version 21 for the same price as somebody who bought it a few weeks ago. $0.
Genko said, I've got Ableton Lite with Mini Lab MIDI, and for a beginner, there is all I need. Yeah, 100%. Like, Ableton Lite, it's good for if you're beginning. I'm being completely honest here. If you're beginning, I think that's fine. But if you want to go the next step and take music, you know, a little bit more seriously, which you don't need to, bro. Like, music and music production, it's a good hobby to have. You know, like, I have my hobbies that I don't take seriously, but you know, music is my job and my career. But if you want to do that, Lite it's just not enough. You know, not even Lite, it's just not enough. Intro is not enough, and I would argue standard is not enough, because a lot of the live stock plugins, they're not available on standard. Like, I was really bummed that the 2 new plugins that they released with Live 12, they were only on Suite, and I had the standard version. So, you know, in that case, I think Image Line has the upper hand there. But yeah, we really got like into a tangent here, which I love. I love to talk, bro. We need to get back to this. I've loved to talk. I think you guys understand that I love to talk, right? I think we're done here. Is making music your full-time job? Yeah, been my full-time job since 2019, because I know that a lot of people, they found me on YouTube. They only know about me from YouTube, which is completely fine and understandable. If you guys want to check my discography or whatever to see some of the songs that I produce, some of my work, you can either follow me on Instagram. I post some of my work here, some of the stuff that I do, and you can also check my discography on Spotify. These are some of the songs that I produced. There's 103 songs. Those are let's say my favorite 100 songs that I've produced over the last couple of years. And there's also my official Apple Music playlist too, if you guys want to check that out. Right here, my official the producers playlist on Apple Music. They only allow, like, I think it's like 20 songs. Yeah, they only allow 20 songs on the playlist. But yeah, there's, for my Apple Music users, you can just look this up on Apple Music. There's like my favorite like 20 songs that I produced. And on Spotify, this one that I keep manually updated, my 100 favorite songs. You can find them on Spotify. I like this. I think I just need to level a little bit. Just bring this down a little bit. I don't want to leak my texts. Let me see. What the fuck is this? I don't know if I like the 808s, but at this point, like, I don't care. I might get to it, like, back to it tomorrow. I like it. Yeah. Have a good one, guys. See y'all on the next one. Peace. Bye.